You are listening to a Trip to India podcast, the podcast where women inspire women to dream big. In this episode, meet Miss Jennifer King. She is the CEO of I See Me Events and the curator of Ready, Set, Grow Entrepreneur and Business Development Conference. And in short, she's just the woman that makes things happen. So thank you for joining my show.
Having me.
Is there anything that I left out? I really try to celebrate all accolades and accomplishments. So please share if there's anything else that I missed. Degrees, other events, all type of stuff.
Basically, it was an awesome intro. I can want me to tell you some of my background.
Yeah, if you like.
Okay, I see me. It stands for I create memories that last a lifetime. Because when you choose my event company, I want to leave a memory, right? I've done from paint and sips with violinists. I've done from conferences, socials, premieres, a wedding. It's nothing that I see me events have not done. So I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm in Alabama and in Georgia.
Look at that. Two locations, y'all.
Right.
So I like to play a game. It's my icebreaker. It's two truths and one lie. We're gonna do 3 rounds of it. You give me 2 truths, one lie, and I try to figure out what the lie is.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Go.
I have 9 brothers. I have a master's in business. I have my own special wine that I make that people really like.
So is the lie that you have 9 brothers?
Oh, you think you know me? Yes, that's the lie. I have only 2 brothers. That's my actual brothers, but I have a cousin I consider a brother. So
Brother,
yeah.
yeah. So can you tell me a little bit about that wine? I love me a good drink.
So basically, I can't tell you the ingredients, but just it's more along the lines of because I like red blend, so it's more red blend, bitter but dry but sweet all in one. So good. It's so good. So when you come and visit me, you're gonna get.
Okay. All right. So round 2.
Okay. I lived in Ohio. I love sushi. And I have 4 toes on each foot. I'm like feet, but
Oh, okay. So look, I had a young lady already who came on this show and changed my life with her extra toe. So please, please do not have 4 toes on foot. Is that the lie?
that's the lie.
Amen. Amen. Because I thought the extra toe was a lie and then that ended up being a truth. And I was just like, oh my God. She said something about her bones, like her body grows extra bones type stuff like that. But yeah, okay. Woo! That was a good one. That was a quick one.
Yes.
How long were you in Ohio?
For a year. My first year of college, I attended Wilberforce University. Go Woo! And yeah, it was my first experience going to a private HBCU. Went there, loved it, was my class president. I had really established great relationships with people from all across the country. So that's very impactful in my, undergrad experience.
That's one of the things I regretted. I wish I would have picked. Well, I did choose an HBCU. I just didn't attend the HBCU. I wish I would have attended an HBCU.
It was
Not
great
saying
experience.
that. I feel like that's something that would have been really meaningful and impactful.
Yeah, it was.
So, third round.
Okay. I've been married for 12 years. Um, I have worked in the financial industry I've worked there 15 years. Um, my parents live in Canada.
Hmm. You've been married for 12 years.
I was gonna say, like, yeah.
I'm like, look, some people, because it could have been a technicality type thing. Like, it could have been like, we never signed those papers. So, yes, you know.
Yeah. Um,
Okay. Now, that's really cool. And your parents live in Canada?
yes, my mother, she married a Canadian. They've been up there for like 15, 16 years now.
Oh, man, good for her. Do you
Yes.
visit?
Lord, not like she would like,
Mm-hmm.
due to COVID, but some more visits coming because Lord, when she watched this, she's gonna be like, and no, she doesn't.
Yeah.
But COVID has really put a
A
monkey wrench
damper.
on that. So, but we gotta stay safe.
I understand.
Yep.
Well, before we begin our conversation, I always like to reiterate for my listeners why I started a Trip to India podcast, specifically this season. The way that I'm doing it is because I wanted to create a safe space for women, specifically Black women, to just feel inspired and encouraged to explore different like career ventures, or even if they know what they want to do, get a few tips and advice on how to go about it by hearing the testimonies of women like you that are in your field, dominating, doing what you got to do, and just letting them know that if you could do it, they could do it too.
That's right.
So you are something similar to me, like I want to say like a Karen Civil to me, because she just puts things together. And that's something that I personally seen under you.
Aw.
I was, for the record, for my listeners, this woman was the first woman to take a chance on me, and I assisted her with a couple of events beginning my trying to figure out whatever India was going to do journey. So I'm still grateful. I learned a lot, even though I had to disappear for a second because I just
Yeah.
had to get my mental and spiritual together. But I really am still very grateful. If I ever, when I become famous, you will be a part of my bio. Okay.
Well, thank you.
So, how long have you curated events?
It started since 2014. I had a plan. I always had to have a plan. Like, oh, we going here. Okay, at 8 o'clock, this is what's going to happen. 10 o'clock, we're going to transition. So I
Mm-hmm.
was like, I love executing events. I love putting people in their places and they just show up and just be like, wow. You
Yeah.
know, moments are so inspirational to me because it makes me want to wow you more.
Mm-hmm.
So since 2014, I I've been doing events. It started with my friends. And then in 2018, I made it an LLC. And I said, you know what? Let's do it big and on a different, scale. And I really want to saturate the market and fill in the gaps where it's needed for event planning.
Definitely. So, when did you, what was your aha moment? Like, when did you realize, like, you know what? Like maybe when you was like, let me legitimize this, let me make this an LLC. What was that moment like?
When it was right before 2018, and I did a birthday event for a friend, and just sitting back and taking it all in. Everybody was loving the decor. They was loving the energy. They was smiling, taking pictures, and I'm hearing, yes, I see me events. I see me events, Jennifer. So of course, when it's something meaningful to me, I'm over here like, okay, I'm not crying. I'm not crying. Because that particular event, I did it all on my own, tired as crap. But I did it from the content making, the videography, the photography, the planning, the setting, the schedules, the seating. So when it came together successfully, due to me being strategic with my planning, I said, okay,
Yeah.
it's time, you know. So
Yeah. I can definitely relate. It's like once you see that when they say ain't nothing to it but to do it.
that's
Like
right.
when they say, and it's not wrong at all.
At
So
all.
yeah, I think once you started to see that you can really do it,
Yes.
do it give you
Yes.
like an adrenaline rush?
Oh, it did. I was like, okay, the next event. I was so excited, because my motto is this: you're gonna do it, and it's either gonna be successful or you're gonna learn, or you cannot do it and you'll never know, right?
That's
And you'll
true.
grow. So I was like, let me just do it. Let me take my money from my JP Morgan 9 to 5 job and let me just create my own budget, create a budget for my client, have something to sit on for my event planning, and it worked. I was
Yeah.
like, actually worked. I said, okay. So I
Yeah.
started planning more and more, and I transitioned into a LLC.
So I heard you mention your 9 to 5. Can you kind of like elaborate on like how it is? Some people feel like once they get an LLC, I'm quitting my job. I'm going like how essential do you believe that a 9 to 5 can be to your own business?
I say this and I say it strong heartedly. Do not quit if you're not prepared. Do not quit if you actually still love the industry you're in and you're 9 to 5. People are getting degrees and creating debts. So learn from your 9 to 5 and transition in the right way. I was blessed to get an undergraduate degree and a master's and be in financial industries for Fidelity, JP Morgan, and places like that, in marketing and planning at 8 nonprofits. So if you
Mm-hmm.
can utilize that experience and still balance your own business, do it until you can fully walk away and have a good annual pay for yourself. You can
Right.
support your business. You have insurance. You see what I'm saying? Set yourself up for success.
Mm.
Don't walk away because, you feel like I can do it and you don't have a plan. So think about it. I mean, of course, everyone want to have their own business on their own, but sometimes things happen. Event planning is a luxury. It's
Mm.
not a necessity. So you have to be smart about your moves. So either way, I just say be smart about it, and it can work if you want it to.
Right. I like that. That makes sense. Make it make sense, people. Make it make sense. Set yourself up for success, not for failure. Now, you've done quite a few events. Was there ever one that either you failed or you felt like you were on the brink of failing? Like, how did you handle that moment? Like with an event that you thought like, oh, this is just not even going to come together, or it's not coming the way that I really wanted it to come, or something like that.
I'm about to expose myself. Okay, so yeah. So listen, and you was part of this one. Okay, so my first year for Ready Set Grow, it was successful, but I'm gonna be transparent. Behind the scenes, India, she was my assistant. She knew I was freaking out.
Yeah.
I was the host on the panel, and I was the planner. I had my assistant, but she could do so much. So I'm like, oh my God, Lord, please let my plan come together. And it was successful, but I was tired. I seen where it was opportunity
For growth.
for growth, definitely opportunity for growth, expansion, opportunity to just really start contracting out people who knew what they were doing and
Mm-hmm.
it all. So I've learned my lesson. You've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
They're running like crazy, but we made it happen. We pulled it together because it was a vision that I told myself, no matter what, I was going to fulfill this vision because Ready Set Grow is my baby, and
Mm-hmm.
you were a part of that. So I thank you. But we were tired.
I enjoyed it though. I thought the event was nice. I enjoyed the speakers. I think you still did your thing. So don't I you're a perfectionist, so you probably gonna be harder on yourself than everybody else. But
Thank
I will say that was a success, okay?
Thank
Even the
you.
second one.
Thank you. I love the second one.
Yeah, the second one was really cool. I still follow a couple of those people.
Yes, all the panelists are super dope. They're very inspirational and they are walking in their visions. So, yeah.
Yeah. And speaking of that, how important for someone that does want to curate events is it for them to develop a network?
Ah, important. Let me tell you, you cannot do it all. You don't know it all. You need to learn, you need to grow, you need to be around creatives. That's when your juices really start flowing. I can't tell you how many times I sat in the room with people doing other things, and we came together and we made a big thing.
Mm,
It was so just pivotal in my moment of being an event planner, an owner, a woman, a Black woman at that, saying, okay, we came together, we put our visions out there, and look at this thing grow.
yeah.
So important. It's very important.
Do you have any like strategies on how to reach out to people?
Well, you know, I used to say network, network, network. In person, due to COVID, we had to really be innovative and strategic about our networking. Follow people on social media, research people, email them. Hey, I seen your website on XYZ. I'm looking forward to knowing more about you. Here's my business information. I would love to connect. It's different ways. Just because you're not in person doesn't mean you can't connect.
Hmm.
Be a person of your word. If you say you're going to return a call or follow up, be that business owner, because trust me, we remember.
Hmm.
So that's how you grow and strengthen your network. Um, just be of your word. Just put it like that, because I don't know how many times, but she said she'll call me, and you don't
And
want to be a stalker, and you be like, okay, you said you was gonna call last week and you didn't. So yeah,
yeah, it's the details, it's the little things. Like
and it is real quick.
uh-huh.
Y'all give me some grace. Y'all know I have braces, so sometimes I'm so hard. I'm such a perfectionist. I'm so hard at myself. I'm like, Lord, please don't let me be slurring. So
Ah, I didn't notice anything. I don't think
okay,
so. I don't think there was no, you know. I don't think it was no swerving or nothing like that. No, you were good.
all right. Good.
I kind of want to develop a couple. Like, what is your okay? So, if I'm somebody that wants to do what you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
what are the key things? Like, if you would say your top key things that you should consider before you even step into this industry, what is it?
Definitely. Do your research. Know what it entails to be an planner, to execute a whole event. You need to research it. Are
Mm-hmm.
you have your time? Are you going to have a consultation fee? Do you have a list of vendors? Do you know different areas, what it looks like in different seasons? Do you have a connection of hotel chains? You can reach out to a director, say, I need this venue at this time. So do your research and know you're going to have to put in work, mad work,
Real work, hard labor,
real, real work. It's the nights,
hands on.
hands on, wiping your tears and going back to your strategy and re-strategizing. Um, so I say, do your research. Keep going, even when you fail at an event. Keep going. Understand that failure only makes you better as an event planner. You learn from your failures and you're better next time and you keep getting better. And the last one, get a mentor. Get someone you can
Mm,
reach out to, or follow someone who is in your industry. I don't understand why it's a stigmatism about people not wanting to befriend people who do the same
same
thing.
thing.
I do. We
Yeah,
connect, we talk. I have people that I look at and say, you know what, that was a great way you did that event, and vice versa.
I think
So,
that's important because, and I believe, I feel like I spoke about this too. I don't understand the stigmatism behind it as well, because each individual is unique. So yes, you might be in the same industry pool, but what you can bring to the table and what they can bring to the table can be two different things.
That's
So it's
right.
not necessarily a real competition. Y'all can really help each other out. Like my girl, she sells lingerie and toys.
Okay.
So she says whenever she realized that it's an item that hasn't been doing really well, that she still has like a big inventory on, she finds somebody that's in the same industry and she offers to them wholesale.
Yep.
So even I was like, oh, that's smart. That's another income. Also, you building relationships with other people in your field. Like it can be a mutual benefit for the both of y'all in the long
Yes.
run.
And I tell people, get over yourself and reach out for help because you do not deserve. Like I will, I will reach out to some of my event planning friends and say, hey, how would you approach this? And they just tell me, or they say, hey, Jennifer, can we partner? Heck yeah, we can. That's how you grow. So at the end of the day, I just say stay humble and just really reach out to people and follow people that are banging it out, because it's people that follow me and say, what do you do? How do you do it? And I tell them
Hmm.
my whole philosophy. I can give you the same recipe, but you still gonna do it differently.
Hmm.
So
And keep it genuine.
that's
Like
right.
I watch other I listen to other podcasts, and a lot of times they'll bring up how nobody wants to feel used. So like be genuinely engaged with these people that you're following. Don't just reach out for a handout. Obviously you want their help and you seeking their knowledge, because they kind of have an expertise in this, in whatever it is that you're thinking of. So that's cool. But just make it a genuine connection, not just a gimme, gimme, gimme. Because you might have something to offer as well, and you just never know. Now, I
And
want to. Oh,
go ahead. No, 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 no. Go ahead.
okay. I was gonna switch gears a little bit, and you can let me know if this is just like TMI or not. Because event planning is not cheap. So how do you like express to people like how to curate their price points so like they can get the venue that they want, and then them as the curator can be sufficiently paid for that as well. Is
So
that too deep?
no,
Okay.
I'm gonna say this. That's why your network is important. You will create connections that will lower your prices in major ways. So
Mm-hmm.
when you do offer your services, you can charge a service that makes sense, but still you're making a profit because you got that connection, right? So that
Mm-hmm.
hypothetically, that $5,000 venue is now 2,000. That $10,000 venue is 3,000. So
Because you
I'm
have a personal connection. Okay.
exactly connections, sponsorships. So when you're setting your price point, people want to pay for quality. They want to pay for things that make sense to what they're looking for. So if I'm charging you $20,000 for an event, that's including your budget and everything and my fee, you're going to say, look over everything and say, okay, that's actually more. I'm gonna pay this. You know, do not change your fees for anyone because they can't afford it. Set your price and stick with it, but offer
Mm-hmm.
something that matches your price, right?
Mm-hmm.
So hey, I
I
when
think
you
that's a
book,
big one.
yeah, when you book me, and I've had many people that say, "Oh, Jennifer, your minimum is XYZ." Okay, it's not in my price range. Okay, I'm not that event planner for you at this time.
Right.
I'm not going to change my budget because it's not fitting yours. But when it does, I'm here. I can't wait to create a memory that lasts a lifetime. Let's
Mm-hmm.
circle back, you know?
Right, because you have a certain level of standard that you want to uphold. So I understand on not budging. And I think thick skin is probably one of those elements that somebody needs to have in your field, because you're delegating a lot.
That's right. You do
You cannot be indecisive in this game. You
at
need to
all.
have your vision beforehand. Like when I used to work under you, and you would speak to me, and like I can just tell, because I can go in a place and my creative levels are low for like event spaces, right? So I go in, I'm like, it's just a space. You like, no, so we can just put this right here, we could do that right there, and then this and then that, and then your little small touches. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, because yeah, it couldn't have been me. So have a vision, have a thick skin, be okay with letting a couple people down,
Right.
or just be honest with people, because I think a lot of people just are ignorant of what the prices mean. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you can't have a $10,000 looking event for just $1,000. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Because it can only get you this.
And you have to set that expectation out when a person comes to you for service. That's why consultations are very important. It's a transparent conversation about expectations from them and from you. This is what you're expecting, and this is what I am expecting as well as your event planner. Here's the logistics. Do we agree? And that's where we can walk away and say, not at this time, or we can sign and let's make it happen.
Right. And contracts.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big
And
element under you.
yes, it is very important. You already know. You even had a contract.
You came correct. And that's when I was like, oh, yeah, she is very serious about her business.
Most definitely. I tell people, I don't care if you have them for 30 minutes to an hour, contracts cover your butt and your business. If you take your business seriously, you need to have a contract on everybody that's a part of that event, that's sponsoring the event. However you want to do it, have it on file. So in the event, and thank God I haven't ran into an issue. They
Mm-hmm.
say I was supposed to do this for X, Y, and Z. You can then pull that little contract and go to the scope of work on that contract and say, based on this contract, you signed on January the 2nd, 2020. It states you do XYZ for this long and you get this compensation. So
Mm-hmm.
have cover your business, if you take it seriously. And that's how you're going to learn and grow.
Yes. So, okay. You've been in this for some years.
Hmm.
What is your advice to sustain longevity?
Wow. I was reflecting over that the other day.
Is it like it came so quickly, or you didn't realize that, like, wow, I have been doing it this long? What was it?
I think to sustain it is don't give up on your vision and don't allow a situation, a pandemic, or a person to steer your vision. Things will happen. Pandemics are going to happen. The world is changing. Just stay very headstrong on your vision and what you set out to do, regardless, and you'll be okay. You might have some moments where you're quiet, but then you're gonna have some moments where you banging it out back to back. It's seasons and it's levels to this. So just stick with it. It's gonna be okay.
Now, as I wrap this, I love to end all of my conversations with a reflection moment. So I need you to think back to 18-year-old Jennifer. And it doesn't have to do with just your career, it's just life overall. What advice would you have given to yourself post high school? Like just entering the real world.
Um, wow. Oh, y'all, I'm not that old. Hold up.
It's my favorite question.
Gosh. And mom, dad, older family figure, grandmother, listen to them. They really do know what they're talking about.
Mhm.
I know when we get out of high school, we hit the world, we can be overzealous about life, like we know it all and we've seen it all. But the facts are we haven't. And we're gonna bump our heads. And guess who we're gonna call? Crying, snot running, mama.
Mhm.
Auntie,
Mhm.
grandmama. So listen to them. Maybe you don't understand why they are coming at you like that, but they
Mm-hmm.
know. Listen to them, digest it, and understand that they seen it, been there, heard that, experienced that. Digest it, reflect, and try to apply it to your life. Because if it was some advice I could have just listened to from my mom and my grandmother, oh Lord, it would save me heartache. It would have saved me head walls that I had to turn around and say, okay, let me try again, and not head busting domestic, but
I know what
just
you mean. Yeah.
so just listen and seize every moment. Lord knows if I could have my grandmother back here right now, I would love on her and listen to her with
Mm-hmm.
everything. Thank God I still have my mom, but just listen to your elders. They know what they're talking about. They love you. They've been there, done that. So that's the 18-year-old Jennifer. Because of course you see how headstrong I am now at 35. um, but I was like that growing up. I'm the only girl.
Mm-hmm.
I had a dream and you couldn't tell me nothing, and I was just like, I'm gonna hit the ground running. But listen, just take a minute and listen. So
Yeah, I think this is the first time anybody even brought that up, to literally take heed to what your elders have told you. It will save you a lot of
yes, yes,
heartache.
that's it. Because I'd be running and you'd be like, oh my God.
Yeah, I think our pride make us want to just do it our own way, or curiosity sometimes, just to be like, yeah, I hear what you're saying. It's a mixture of both. I hear what you're saying. It's not gonna happen to me though, because I'm gonna do this way, and this is what they were
Exactly.
talking about the whole time.
Yes, yes.
Now I want to give you the floor to allow others to see where they can find you, or if you
Okay.
have any events in April going on that you would like others to know. Where can we find Miss Jennifer King?
So you can definitely find my event company on Facebook and Instagram. On Instagram is at ICME Events. And on Facebook, it's at ICME Events LLC. So for the next event, it's going live March 20th. I am having my third year for Ready, Set, Grow. So I'm so excited because it's going to be in 2 states. I'll go
Mm.
ahead. I know. I'm crying moment. Oh gosh. It's going to be May 8th in Mobile, Alabama at the Admiral Hotel. Again, it's going live March 20th. In Atlanta, it's going to be at the W Hotel, and it's
Ooh.
August. That date, it will be displayed in June. So I'm excited. First year Mobile, third year in Atlanta. We have panelists that are, oh my gosh, phenomenal. I want to give a shout out to my sponsor, iHeart Media. Yes,
Okay, sponsor.
yes, they are sponsors for Ready Set Grow. So I just implore you to continue to grow. It's more to come from ICME events. Those are not the only 2 events. Just follow me and just stay tuned.
I want to say congratulations on that as well. Like you said, this is your third year,
Thank
meaning
you.
you've been building,
That's
and we got
right.
sponsors, and we at the W, and we
Yes.
in 2 states. What? That's what we talking about. Ready, set, grow, y'all. Well, you're gonna keep seeing this develop every year. So, and this is perfect for this show as well, because if they're watching or listening to this, it's because they are trying to get in the field of entrepreneurship anyway. So get your tickets, or find some type of way to follow Miss Jennifer King, because she does have the gems on helping you start with your entrepreneurship road as well.
Thank you. And can I just add, you guys, India, oh goodness, she's like my little sister. I never she listened to everything I said. She trusts my direction. So India, thank you, honey. I'm so proud of you. And
um
I know the best is yet to come. Keep growing and keep flowing. And I love you.
I love you. No, thank you. Thank you again for just being a part of this, for always being there whenever I need you. If I reach out, you're there. It's never no funny business. Um, yes, you're still a mentor to me in my eyes.
Thank you, honey.
Telling you those little small details, I pay attention all the time. That's why I try to structure this podcast a certain way and follow through a certain way with certain things. But definitely, you were one of my inspirations. So thank you.
Thank
But
you.
if you have made it to the end, I want to make sure that what did you say in the beginning? There's a couple gems that I just want to reiterate. Your network is very important. Contracts will save your ass. Also, never stop.
Yeah, that's right.
What else was it?
Stay true to your vision. Research.
Research, research, research. The venues, the guests, the people that you want to work with. Build real, genuine connections.
Yeah.
But thank you all for listening to a Trip to India podcast. If you have not done so already, please hit that subscribe button. What is wrong with you? Um, just so you can continue to meet more amazing women like Miss Jennifer King. Also, follow me on Instagram at a Trip to India podcast. If you have any questions, if you would like to see more of her, or if you would like to hear something specific or see something on this show, please email me your concerns at askindy at a trip to India podcast.com. See you next week.
All
Goodbye.
right.
Bye, y'all.